Hello and welcome to this special edition of Talk Time. My guest today is Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, the Secretary General of the Naga People's Front and a party MLA. Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, welcome to the Northeast Live studios in Guwahati.
It's a pleasure, Wasbir. After a long time, I've been dreaming of coming and talking to you, but I didn't get the opportunity today. Somehow I landed in Guwahati and you invited me. I'm so grateful to
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Now, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, as we speak today, the 5 Tribes Committee on Review of Reservation Policy in Nagaland have begun their first phase of agitation today. They're protesting against what it describes as the Nagaland government's inaction in addressing long-standing concerns regarding the reservation system. Now, in the last couple of weeks, you have been also speaking a lot on the reservation issue. What is your take on this, first of all, this agitation launched by these 5 Tribes Committee?
Well, I'm happy you are raising a very pertinent question.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right. The 5 tribes, these are categorized within the advanced tribe. Those are Ao, Lotha, Semas, Angamis and Rengmas. Now, this is more to do with job reservation within the government sector.
Right.
If you see the record from 1977 onwards, the government of Nagaland has adopted the policy of a reservation for the backward tribes. Now, if you see that, it's about let us say 48 years. So today, these 5 tribes, they have written a representation to the government of Nagaland, saying that this reservation policy have been going on for the past 48 years, and therefore it requires urgent review of this policy because of the fact that the reservation have taken away almost, let us say, 50% of the total number of votes always being advertised by the competent authority like the Nagaland Public Service Commissions and the Nagaland State NSSP.
Right.
So therefore, these 5 tribes, they are of the opinion that this needs to be reviewed and proper rationalization has to be done. I don't want to go into those nitty-gritty of what is their demand, but this is actually a protest by the advanced tribe. Now, let me come back. I was the chief guest on the 24th of this month, last Saturday at Jaloki. This year,
that is the Jeliangrong area.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I was invited by the Jeliangrong Students Union Nagaland. You are aware Jeliangrongs are in Manipur, Nagaland and Assam. But this program is organized by the AZSU Nagaland branch. Now, the topper this year was a Jeliangrong lady, Miss Long.
Topper in high school or
yes,
high secondary?
Topper in the Nagaland, the HSLC, high school living certificate.
Okay.
That is a matriculation.
Topper was a Jeliangrong girl.
Jeliangrong girl, correct. Scoring 98.67%. So since she was the topper, I felt honored to be a part of that program. I went and spoke in that occasion. While congratulating her, I have propounded a theory that, look, we have to rethink of this visit. Revisit this reservation policy. And if you recall, I have also argued inside the house that I've raised a question in the house, and Honorable CM was kind enough to respond to my question, saying that unless census is properly done, it is very difficult to exercise the review of the reservation policy in the job in the government sector. You are aware the Nagaland census is under challenge in the Supreme Court, so therefore these are difficulties. Now, but we cannot go on like this without iteration, without revisiting that policy. So therefore, I propounded an idea that, look, it cannot be changed overnight. Okay, let that present policy can go on for 1, 2, let us say up to 3 years. But within this 3 years, we have to find
reforms have to come.
Yes, we have to. There has to be a paradigm shift. Some mechanism has to be worked out by the government in the form of, let us say, I suggested 2, 3 ideas. One is that identify a bucket-wise. No Naga is a forward tribe nor a backward tribe. All Nagas are equal, in my opinion.
Right.
All Nagas are same. All Nagas are of the same footing, and therefore
No,
we cannot afford ourselves to be categorized as
yeah,
advanced
backward.
nor backward.
Now tell me, you see, you were in the Jelliangong area, you were in Jaluki, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon.
Yes.
Now, there is a Jelliangrongs are still described, bracketed as a backward tribe.
You are right.
But there is an only nuclear scientist.
Correct.
Only nuclear scientist from
Yes.
Nagaland.
I'll come back to that.
Is from the Jelliangrong community.
Correct. See.
Right?
Correct. Now, in 1997, the topper of the HSLC was also from the Jelliangrong community, and he has become an Indian Foreign Service. You know?
Absolutely.
1. 2.
Jadonang.
No,
I think that is his name.
No. Pao Jodonang is the one who was the first person to revolt against British rule. So that is different.
Okay, that is different.
I mentioned that one also. So that is all about how Naga people have asserted our political rights from Pao Jodonang's time.
An IFS officer also.
Yes, that particular gentleman scored the first position in the HSLC, the topper, let us say,
right,
in 1997, and he is now an IFS officer. This year again, after 28 years, again they got the topper, Jelliangrong community, and they have also produced a chief minister in the person of Mr. T.R. Ziliang. So what I'm trying to say is, they cannot be
they cannot be
forever a backward
tribe.
They are also an advanced tribe.
Now,
my point is, it has to be categorized within a pocket wise. I have very candidly said that Jaloki is very close by Kohima headquarters, Dimapur commercial city. You have all the facilities, accessibility in terms of education, in terms of all kinds of facilities. Right. But Jelliangrongs of Nsung area, Tining area, and some parts of these remote areas are within Nagaland. I'm talking about Nagaland. These are very backward, and therefore we have to categorize them as backward, but not the Jaloki.
Now, you have given the suggestion. Now, my question is, how challenging would it be for the present government to review the reservation policy? You have recently suggested that reservation, if at all, it should be only in the field of education.
Correct. You are right. Yes. See, what is not challenging in life, Wasbir? Everything has, there's a lot of challenges, but we have to overcome all those challenges. And once you overcome those challenges, there is your life is meaningful. So therefore, now as far as Nagaland government of Nagaland is concerned, I am also aware that difficulties because of the pressure from both the backward, now the so-called forward tribe. There is a pressure, intense pressure. So therefore, there has to be a long-term policy on this. A short-term policy is not going to help any one of us. It's going to be only a conflict within the Naga family. So therefore, I'm suggesting that not in the job sector, but reserve on education sector. Let us say where there is a backward, you identify the pocket-wise backward area and send detail, post more teachers in the government schools. If they require 5, send 10 of them. Give them extra allowances and also give scholarships to those backward area students. I don't want to say backward tribe anymore. Backward areas, okay?
Backward areas.
We will say pocket-wise backward areas. And these incentives will be given to both the teachers as well as the parents and the students. They will be economically empowered so that their educational standard will come at par with Kohima, Dimapur, and the rest of the district headquarters, so that they can easily compete when there is any vacancies available, conducted by the NBSC and NSSP and other competent boards.
Coming about jobs, Mr. Kikon, the youth of Nagaland today, they are looking for opportunities, they are looking for jobs. Now, recently, I'm giving you one specific example. 147 assistant professors, they were given permanent. The government has made their jobs permanent.
I am aware of
that led to a huge protest. Now, where is this jobs going to come from? Do you see a policy in this place? Does the government have a policy? What's going on?
Let me complete the earlier one. I'll come back there. I'll come back very fast. The theory that I was propounding was identify a pocket-wise, empower in terms of education, not reserve them educational backward not as job reservation. Then also don't give another opportunities to those who were given that facilities and who have become officers out of that backward quota certificates because they can afford their children to send to their children to a good educational institution and to the good towns and cities. Now, let me come back to that. So, this issue, the 147 professors issues, yes, the government must have its own reason in approving in the cabinet. But unfortunately, it has to be recalled back because of the protest from various angles, especially led by the Naga Students Federation. And it's a very powerful organization, you know. Once NSF intervene, government respects the opinion of the NSF because it is in the interest of the Naga youths and especially the educated lots. Now, therefore, the government, in its best wisdom, initially, yes, decided that it has to be observed, but after examining both the pros and cons of the issue, and also examining the interim report being submitted by the committee to examine on that issue was constituted by the committee. So, this committee has submitted an interim report. And two, I have also gone through the initial cabinet decision. I hope I'm not going beyond my brief by saying this, that in the initial cabinet decision, when the regularization of this 147 took place, in the cabinet minute itself, it was minuted that this is subject to review because 147, these are officers' posts. So, therefore, it has to be properly examined. So, therefore, although they have also taken a decision, but they have also kept some room open for more suggestions. And I think cabinet has not made a mistake by revoking that order.
Okay. Now shifting focus to Mr. Kikon, shifting focus to a different issue, which is the pressing issue in Nagaland, that is the Naga political issue.
I know you'll come back there when you meet me.
Yes. At the end of the day, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, do you first of all agree that non-resolution of the Naga political issue has kept the state hostage for many, many years? It has affected every aspect of the Naga society, whether it is trade and business, whether it is education for the youngsters, whether it is development and progress, because everybody is looking for a solution, but that solution is not coming.
Well, Wasbir, in the first place, I'm fully aware that when it comes to Naga political issue, you are a very serious man and you know the issue very thoroughly because you yourself you have done all your primary schooling from Woka, from Nagaland only. So, you are a part and parcel of our community and of our society. So, you are thorough on this issue. I don't need to enlighten you further, but I think using of the word like keeping the state and the people hostage, that will be wrong. I think that let us not use like that.
Okay.
Yes, to a large extent, I would admit non-resolution of this Naga political issue has put a lot of developmental work in a limbo. That is correct. But this issue is a very complicated one because you are aware Naga people have resisted not only after India got independent. We have resisted from the British time. You are fully aware. And how are Naga people in their limited wisdom, those days very less educated people, but we have submitted to the Simon Commission sometime in 1929. That is no joke. From 1929, after the formation of the Naga Club in 1918, then you are aware how the Naga issue came up, like in the process of declaring Naga independence on the 14th of August 1947, prior to one day ahead of independence declaration of the India, and also then after that conducting the Naga plebiscite in 1951. Like that, the history goes on. So therefore, it is easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
Yes, but we are looking for honorable, inclusive, and acceptable solution. And unless such mechanism, such solution arrives at, it will be difficult to arrive to a solution.
You see, there is no question of not coming to an honorable and acceptable solution. It has to be an acceptable solution. That is the basic thing. Now my question is, it has been 28 years since the ceasefire started in 1997 and talks are going on. Now, sources in the government of India are now saying, let's not talk about the past because in this limited time, we cannot concentrate in the past history. But now the government of India is saying that we have sorted out, we have bridged lot of differences, we have covered lot of ground, and now there should be a common draft from the framework agreement as well as the agreed position. There will be a common draft which will be circulated to both the groups, that is the NSC and IM and the NNPG, because at the end of the day there can be only one Naga peace accord. First of all, my question is, are you in favor of one common draft being made and circulated and opinion taken from both sides, which of course draft means it can be modified, or that is known?
Wasbir, I am a politician, but I also belong to a regional party called the Naga People's Front, and this party was formed basically to intervene in any manner that can resolve the Naga political issue through peaceful political dialogue, through peaceful means, not through arms, because our motto is, we have taken from the Latin catchword, fede non armis, not by arms but through faith.
Yeah.
That is the motto of the NPF, and
Yeah.
I believe in that this solution, this Naga political issue has to be resolved politically through peaceful dialogue. That I would like to make it clear.
Right.
Now let me come back to your question. I'm not privy to the political negotiations, so I think I don't want to go beyond where I'm competent to, and
Yeah,
therefore
but-
I will not
But
go into
my
detail.
question
But
is, is common draft a good
so
idea?
I'll come back there.
Is it a good idea?
I'll come back there. See, yes, 28 years now you are saying, quite a long time. If you start from 1997, 1st of August, that is the
Ceasefire day.
day, where, well, yes, there are some group, some organizations and some individuals are propping such kind of an idea, a concept of having a common draft, and where I think even Government of India, Mr. A.K. Mishra, he is now presently the interlocutor,
Yeah.
was also trying to emphasize a little bit in our meeting recently. I happened to meet him in Delhi, and he was also enunciating a little bit on that. But see, what do we actually, how do you define common draft? What is the meaning? What is the definition? There is,
No.
let me complete. Let
Common
me
draft
complete.
is simple.
I'll come back. Let me complete. So now, what is the definition? What is the meaning? How do you define common draft? That is,
It's a simple thing.
See,
It's a draft.
Let me complete.
Draft.
Wasbir. Let me complete, Wasbir. So therefore, now how do you define this? What is the meaning, actual meaning, and also what is the intention? That intention is very important. Again, see, when the honorable NNBG friends have already stated that on their part, they have made it very clear that they have given their proposals, isn't it? They have given their proposals as far as the NNBG group is
Yeah.
concerned, who are also engaged with the Government of India in the political talk in the form of signing the agreed position in November.
No,
2017.
I am asking
No,
you a very simple. You cannot go
I'll
on
come
and on.
back.
There is not much time. We have to. Yeah.
So now, as far as the IM is concerned, the 3rd August
2015.
No, 2015. One is 2017, one is 2015. So they have the framework agreement. Okay. So therefore, how do we define common draft? Both the group are
pick clauses from both. Pick clauses from the framework agreement. Bring something from the agreed position, make a draft and give it to both sides to take their opinion whether they agree or not. That is the common draft.
See, the contents of the agreed position is also different. If you let me complete.
Yeah.
It's a very important and complicated one. Unless there is a clarity in our discussion, people will get confused. So therefore, you have to first go through the contents of the agreed position and also go through the contents of the framework agreement. So therefore, unless you thoroughly study and distinguish it, how do you come up with a common draft?
Okay.
So therefore, it is not as simple as both of us are discussing. This needs a thorough thorough
Now,
research.
let us not go into that debate.
Yeah,
otherwise, we'll finish the whole discussion discussing this. Now,
Okay.
I'm asking you a question in a very different manner. Do you think there can be 2 Naga peace accords, or do you think there can be only 1 Naga peace accord?
Naga movement, Naga people are only one. Naga homeland is only one. Naga issue is only one, and therefore there should be only one Naga solution. There should be no piecemeal solution. I agree with that, and that it has to be like that.
Right. Now, another big issue confronting Nagaland is the issue of the ENPO. Now, a lot of people are saying that it has already been decided. The government of India has given the draft to the government of Nagaland. The government of Nagaland has given their reply. More or less, the chief minister had an interview with me, exclusive interview, a few months ago.
I've also seen.
Yeah, and he said that most of the comments, most of the suggestions which the government of India has given, the Nagaland government has okayed it, except on one thing, that is the power of the governor. They're saying that governor cannot have the main role in a state where there is a democratically elected state government. So the ENPO apparently wanted that they should give direct financial powers, direct funding, and their funding should not be routed through the state, and the governor should play a much bigger role. And that is the only opposition of the state government. That is the sense I got from talking to the chief minister of Nagaland. Now, do you see a solution to the ENPO issue in the coming days?
We have just discussed that when the Naga peace process is going on, when the political talk is going on, this issue has also come up. ENBO,
Right.
they call it FNT, no? Frontier
Nagaland
Territory.
Right.
That is the right term.
Yeah.
This issue, it will not be very appropriate to discuss openly like this, because they are still in the negotiating stage.
Right.
And I don't intend to hurt the sentiments of those who are propounding this idea. So therefore, we will not go into detail, but hopefully, since Honorable CM has spoken to you, no, I'm no higher than to him, so it will not be right on my part to comment further. But I think if there is anything to be resolved, or if there is any favor to be done to the ENBO areas, where they also deserve a lot of developmental aspect to catch up with the rest of the advanced areas. So on those aspects, yes, wherever it is due, definitely the government of India as well as government of Nagaland, we also must lend our support.
Right.
But there has to be a limit within their demand also. I can only say that.
Right. I will also take your views on this free movement regime, but before that, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, all the political parties in Nagaland, all the major except of course the Congress, for the last few years, you have given up. As far as the government is concerned, you have decided to have a party-less government for the sake of...
No, not party-less. Opposition-less government. I belong to NPF.
No, sorry.
So,
no, sorry.
That
was my mistake. No,
opposition-less.
I take it. That opposition-less government.
Correct.
Now, has it been of use? Has it been able to
Why not?
achieve the desired result?
Why not?
What have you achieved?
You see, you give me time to explain. See, Naga people today, I also must be honest and admit that the various civil societies, including our Naga national workers, we are of course of the same target. Our journey is towards the same destination only, but divided into various splinter groups, organizations. And therefore, we thought if the elected members, 60 of us, can come together, at least in the state of Nagaland, although we all fought during election very fiercely and bitterly, I belong to NPF. I fought with other political parties like the Congress and the BJP. You know how I defeated them. And therefore, but still then, after the election was over, we decided no. At least the elected members must show their way. We must lead by example, by coming together. And on what basis? NPF, as I said, the Naga issue is so deep in our heart, and also it's a part of our party's ideologies and manifesto. And therefore, on the basis of this Naga political issue, we will also extend our support to the government of Nagaland under the leadership of Dr. Nipirio. So we are also supporting, so also the rest of the other political parties. So it has contributed positively in a sense that by sending a message to the rest of the civil societies and to the our Naga national workers, look, we all must come together for the sake of our
But
Naga
what-
people.
but
So therefore, it is serving its purpose.
Yeah, but there are critics who say that it is only
Definitely,
symbolic. It is
well,
only
there-
symbolic.
There has to be a critic on as you know, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
That's what Newton
law.
theory or
Yes.
theory. It's like that only. So it's okay, and it's a democracy. There has to be a response and reactions from every corner.
Yeah.
They are entitled, in as much as both of us are entitled to our opinion.
Yes.
They are also entitled to their opinion.
Correct.
But it has service purpose.
Right.
I'm asserting it
Now-
because we are showing by example that we must come together.
Now, following the, I'm running short of time. I just have 2 to 3 minutes.
No FMR, you
following
must give me time to talk on that, yes.
Now, FMR, free movement regime has been withdrawn following the disturbances and so on. How is it impacting the people?
See,
And what is your stand? What do you want?
as for me and my party, NPF, and I'm happy that for that matter, not only NPF, the entire political party representing the spectrum in the Nagaland Assembly 14th House, we have discussed thoroughly and we have even passed a resolution that we will tell the government of India, no, our people will not agree. We will not allow fencing of the Naga areas, Naga homeland, and the free movement regime, which was being, in the implementation by the government of India, should remain as it is without removing it, without even reducing from 15 to, now they have reduced it to 7 kilometers.
Yeah.
And you have seen, I have led the party. We have met a lot of protests in Avangu, in Avankung, and Bangsha, Longwa, and all these areas.
Yeah.
And we have reached out to the grassroots people. There is a loud ways. The message is clear. Recently, I met Sambit Batra. I'm coming back from Delhi. Actually, you invited me on my way to the Dimapur.
Yeah.
I met him just 2 days back, and I have told him very clearly that he is in charge of Manipur as well as a national spokesman of BJP and a member of parliament. He's a very important person as far as the present setup is concerned, dispensation is concerned. So I have made it very clearly that no, for us and for the Naga people, we will not agree to this. Although we are partnering, my party is a part of the...
You want the status quo back?
Yes.
You want the status quo back?
Yes, and we will not agree to border fencing and withdrawal of the free movement regime.
My final question to you, Mr. Achumbemo Kikon. Now, now slightly different. Let's go to Manipur. Now, your party, that is the NPF, was a part of the coalition. Still a part of the BJP-led NDA coalition there. There are talk of once again reinstating popular government in the state. A lot of people are making efforts. Now, what is the role of the NPF? What role will the NPF
From
play?
the day one, we have told the BJP people that the BJP High Command that NPF does not endorse the idea of imposition of president's rule. For us, the popular government, elected government should continue. That was our view. But since the central government in its best wisdom has imposed the president's rule, now we are demanding that in any case, government should be reinstated without further delay. The role of the NPF in this issue, in this case is, see, for the NPF, because of our joining the government, we have basically actually contributed in building peace in the state of Manipur, preaching CAPE with various communities. And that role we have been very effectively playing. And I have conveyed this to the Central High Command.
Right.
I am saying again to Sambitji because he is the in charge of Manipur.
Correct.
And therefore, this message has been put across to him that immediately we must bring back the government and install a popular government, because we still have, today is 25,
Right.
26, in 27 February they will have the election.
Absolutely.
Still
So it is very
2 more years
important to bring back the popular
Only
government.
popular government can bring peace back to Manipur again.
Absolutely. Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, the Secretary General of the Naga People's Front, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me on Northeast Live.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome.